Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart and this is WTF GOT for Season 8, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones, where I will be giving my thoughts on last night's episode of the second episode of the final season of Game of Thrones. This is the second of a 6-part series that I'll be doing every Monday. How is everybody doing today? I'm good. It's Monday. Still thinking about stuff that happened in last night's episode. I'm thinking about what's going to happen in future episodes. How this whole freaking series is going to end. And I had to turn the music off because I didn't know when the hell it was going to stop. I don't think this Rise of the King track I use for the Game of Thrones episodes on the Podbean app. Use the Podbean app if you're going to do your podcasts. I highly recommend it, and I hope the people at Podbean hear me talking about how much I love using their app to do my podcasts on my phone. So fucking easy. The Rise of the King soundtrack doesn't fade out. It just keeps going. I don't know. It's weird. It's annoying because the other ones I use fade out. This one doesn't fade out. So yeah, basically this is the second episode where I talk about what happened in last night's Game of Thrones episode. And what did I think of last night's Game of Thrones episode? I thought it was pretty good. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Oh, wait, I should give more thoughts than that? I should give more thoughts than that? Is that what you're saying? I should give more thoughts than that. Okay. Yeah, I should probably give more thoughts than that. Then it was just good. It was only about an hour long. No, I won't play the music again. There will be spoilers when I do these, as if you're not aware already. There will be spoilers. I thought it was a rather lighthearted episode this week. Lighthearted in the Game of Thrones sense, you know. So there was that. I think it was good to have a lighthearted episode, sort of. Especially with what I think's going to happen next week. With the Battle of Winterfell about to begin. My God, how many people are gonna die next week? What the fuck? Oh my God, I'm nervous about television characters that I've never met before, but still feel emotionally attached to. But it was good that they had a lighthearted episode this week. I took some notes last night as I was watching it, and I didn't reread the notes to see if they were legible or not, but I do have some notes here. And let's see. Let's go through the notes, because I'm organized. I liked how it started, with Jaime there being presented in front of the Queen to determine what they're gonna do to him. And then Brienne of Tarth saves him again, like he saved her. And how she trusts him, and that they did it based on what she said. And I think that's a good idea. It was nice that they had Brienne save Jaime. That was good. I'm curious about the relationship between Brienne and Jaime. I don't think it won't ever be like a romantic relationship. I think Brienne wants it to be a romantic relationship, but I don't think Jaime does. I might be wrong about that. If they end up making out sometime before the end of the season, or having sex or something, then that'll be interesting. But I don't think it should be her and Jaime. It should be Wyndham Wizard guy. You know, the big guy with the red hair and the beard and the long hair, who I found out his name is Tormund. I didn't know his name last week, but I found out his name. But we're just going to refer to Tormund as Wyndham Wizard guy in this podcast, because that's how we should know him as, for his series of commercials that he does as the Wyndham Wizard. I hope he keeps doing the Wyndham Wizard commercials. Is that not a thing? Did they get bought out? I'll have to look into that. But the Wyndham Wizard guy was fucking hilarious last night. Like, when he comes out of nowhere to hug Jon, and then, like, when there was 6 of them were by the fireplace at night, and, like, he was just hilarious, talking about giant's milk and how, you know, how he killed a giant and then he slept with the wife, or the wife thought that he was a little baby or something like that, and that's how he got so big. That's Giant's Bane was his nickname, which is a cool name to have, but we'll always just refer to him as the Wyndham Wizard guy. And it was cool when Brienne was knighted by Sir Jaime. That was nice. I didn't dawn on me that she wasn't a knight. I don't think she cared, but I think she did care about being knighted. My fear is, what if everyone who was sitting by that fire ends up dead? We'll have to keep track of that. Keep track of if the people by the fire, you know, Jaime, Tyrion, Podrick, Brienne, Sir Davos, that his name? And, Wyndham Wizard guy. And let's see, what else did I like about the episode last night? There was a cool interaction, a few interactions that Daenerys had last night. One with her and Sansa that Daenerys did because because she suggested to do it. I can't remember the fucking guy's name. The one who had the dragon scale stuff on him, and then, you know, he came back after he got it cured by Sam Tarly. So yeah, that was cool. They had a good interaction, and it seemed like that they were getting along. That they were getting along until Sansa asked what's going to happen with the North once this war is over, and she has the throne. What is going to happen to the North? That was a good question. Seems like there were 2 major scenes that Daenerys was in that bred 2 good questions. Because there was a scene at the end of the show where Jon lets her know that she is Jon's aunt. And they have had sex. More than once. So there. So that's interesting. And then, like, there was an open-ended question about what the hell happened to, who's going to be in charge, you know? If hypothetically, if they win, will Jon claim the throne, or will he let the Mother of Dragons take the throne that she's always wanted? Did he always want the throne? Does he? But now he knows that he can. So many questions. We'll see what happens. Let's see, what the fuck else happened last night? There was a good interaction between Jaime and Bran. I was wondering about that last week. And they had, interesting discussion. Yeah, what was the point? There would be no point of Bran telling everyone that Jaime's the one that pushed Bran out the window. Because they never found out who did it. But it was Jaime. Because that wouldn't help anything right now. Maybe at some other point. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I think I had some other notes that I wanted to discuss. And let's see, I have them here. Let's see. The title of this episode was A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, in reference to what happened to Brienne of Tarth, her getting knighted. And last week's episode was Winterfell, and I updated that for last week once I found out what the episode was. I think I will wait until I find out what the episodes are called before I do the podcast the next day. Let's see, what about the North? It was a pretty lighthearted episode. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty lighthearted episode. Oh, and, it was all the night before, everybody getting rest before the big old battle, and I felt like the person that handled it the best was Arya. She's sitting there with Eye Patch Guy and the Hound, and she's just like, I'm not spending my last few hours with you people. So she went and found Gendry, and they got it on. It was her first sex scene, so she had to find out. And that's exactly what it was. It was her first time. She wanted to have sex one time, at least before she died. I don't blame her. She's the one that handled it the best. I don't understand why it wasn't just a big old porno last night. Why didn't everybody just follow Arya's lead and have sex? I think Tormund wanted to have sex with Brienne, obviously. He's been wanting to bang her, pardon my language for that, since last season when he first saw her. It was love at first sight for Tormund. Brienne is horrified. But I'm not so sure she's that horrified now that I think about it. I think she was pretty, she seemed pretty amused with the whole, Giant's milk conversation. Dare I say she seemed turned on by it. So, that's interesting. But yeah, I'm really nervous for next week. Next week's episode, I think next week's episode, from what I've heard, is the Battle of Winterfell. I think that's what it's called. I heard Rich Eisen talk about it today. They seem to think that next week is the Battle of Winterfell. Wouldn't it be something if they didn't do that and they had other stuff happen and then saved the Battle of Winterfell for one of the longer episodes? The fourth episode be... Because I think the last 3 episodes are an hour and a half apiece. So 2 weeks from now would be the Battle of Winterfell. Wouldn't that just piss off everybody? I secretly want that to happen. I also don't want it to happen because I don't want everyone I like to happen 2 Sundays from now. Because 2 Sundays from now is my birthday. And I don't want a lot of death and destruction on my birthday. Even if it is a television show. I think I covered everything that I wanted to talk about in this episode. Let me know what you thought of Game of Thrones. You can find me on Twitter at KevMcT. You can email me, McTaggartAttack@gmail.com. You can find the Facebook page, the McTaggart Attack Podcast Facebook page. Other than that, we'll just thank you for listening to What the Fuck Game of Thrones, the Season 8, Episode 2, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Now we'll play that music again to play us out. So Joran, that's his name. That's the one who I was trying to talk about that loves Daenerys and had the dragon scale. Joran, I think, is his name. Anyway, that's it. Talk to you guys on Wednesday with what's pissing you off Wednesday. Or next Monday, whenever the fuck you listen. I don't care. I mean, I do care. Please listen, download, subscribe, download again, subscribe, multiple platforms, yada, yada, yada.